As the air begins to cool and daylight shortens, a quiet shift ripples through the garden. The season of abundance begins its graceful retreat, and the rhythm of autumn whispers a single message: it's time to prepare. Each leaf that falls is a gentle reminder that winter is approaching, and every gardener knows, what we protect today, will flourish tomorrow. The garden is no longer just a burst of color, it's a keeper of stories. Each container holds memories of summer's bloom, begonias spilling over the edges, calla lilies swaying under long golden evenings, and salvias shimmering with bees that dance tirelessly in the sun. But now, under the dimmer light, it's time for a softer kind of beauty, the kind that rests quietly through frost and awakens again when the earth is ready. Today is about care, about bringing tender plants to safety and refreshing the containers that have carried our joy through the warmer months. The begonias, with their velvety black leaves, will not survive the coming frost. Their brilliance deserves another season, so they'll be carefully lifted, soil loosened, roots brushed, and placed into fresh pots to rest indoors. Each one feels like a rescued treasure, a piece of summer saved. Nearby, the boxwoods wait, sturdy, evergreen, and quietly proud. These plants will take their place in the now empty containers, standing as living sculptures through winter's calm. Their green will stay when everything else fades to gray. Boxwoods remind us that beauty doesn't always come from flowers, sometimes, it's found in resilience. A gentle wind brushes through the branches as the work continues. The garden feels alive, even in its preparation for rest. Beneath the soil, unseen life still stirs, earthworms turning, roots breathing, a quiet ecosystem persisting despite the chill that's coming. The gardener works in rhythm with the land, aware that every small act now, pruning, potting, watering, carries the promise of renewal. In one corner, a container still bursts with pink dahlias, refusing to surrender to the season. Their petals, soft as silk, glow in the last warmth of sunlight. There's beauty in their defiance, yet wisdom in letting go. The gardener smiles softly, knowing it's time. Each plant has its moment, and this one has lived it beautifully. The begonias are lifted, their soil still moist, their roots tangled in a delicate web of life. They're gently placed in new containers, one by one, like old friends finding shelter before a storm. Indoors, they'll rest beneath filtered light, where warmth will hold them until spring calls again. The satisfaction of saving them is more than practical, it's deeply emotional. Every repotted leaf feels like an act of gratitude. The scene shifts to the greenhouse, a small world of glass where time slows. The warmth inside contrasts the crisp air outside, and the scent of damp soil fills the space. Rows of mangaves and sedums line the tables, their sculptural shapes basking in golden light. The gardener moves among them carefully, finding space for each plant brought in from the cold. The sound of soil gently pressing around roots echoes like a heartbeat of the season. Outdoors, the containers are cleaned and readied for winter. Pine cones, gathered from beneath nearby trees, are scattered across the soil as a natural blanket. Their earthy tones contrast beautifully against the deep green of boxwoods. They're more than decoration, they're protection, keeping roots insulated as frost begins to creep into the nights. The result is simple, elegant, and alive, a display that will stay beautiful even beneath snow. Nearby, the chickens roam freely across the fading lawn, scratching at fallen leaves and chasing after specks of sunlight. Their content clucking fills the space with life, reminding us that even as the garden rests, the cycle of nature never truly pauses. The gardener watches them with quiet joy, these small lives moving freely, unbothered by the cold that's coming. The camera pans slowly across the greenhouse once more, the mangaves glowing, the begonias settled, the air shimmering with warmth. Each plant has found its place, and the scene radiates calm. This is what preparation feels like, not urgency, but peace. When we work with the rhythm of nature instead of against it, there's no panic in the turning of seasons, only purpose. Later, the gardener walks to the far end of the garden, where patches of soil await new life. The Veronica plants, with their bright pink blooms, are next. They're small, yet strong, the kind of perennial that gives color when everything else fades. Each hole dug feels like a small promise to the coming spring. As they're planted in neat rows, the earth, though firm and stubborn, opens up to receive them. The contrast between the cool soil and the gardener's warm hands feels symbolic, a meeting of endurance and care. Once planted, the Veronicas stand proudly against the soft sunset. Their color glows under the golden light, as though the garden itself is sighing in relief, another step closer to rest. Around them, the remaining annuals whisper farewell in the breeze. Soon, frost will lay its delicate touch over them, and the garden will fall silent, but not lifeless. Because beneath that stillness lies a quiet persistence, waiting for warmth to return. As twilight deepens, the gardener pauses. The work is done. Containers stand refreshed, greenhouse filled with life, soil prepared for sleep. There's a stillness that comes only in late autumn, when the garden holds its breath before the long sleep of winter. Every rustle, every flicker of light through the branches feels sacred. This is not an ending. It's a beginning in disguise. Because in every root saved, in every plant tucked safely away, in every pine cone gently pressed into soil, there's the pulse of next season's growth. The beauty of gardening isn't just in the bloom, it's in the patience, the care, and the belief that life will return. As the camera lingers on the final frame, boxwood standing strong, greenhouse glowing in the background, and the soft hum of the evening settling, a quiet voice carries the sentiment of the moment: every gardener is a keeper of time. We nurture, we protect, and we believe, even when the world sleeps beneath frost, spring will always find its way back.